Evening, all. Chief Prepper here. So I watched the debate, and Biden was much more lucid than I expected him to be. I was hoping he would be a complete mess, but he wasn't. And I wasn't hoping on that on him as a personal insult or just to fuck him over, but it wouldn't bother me if he did. But my thing is, and I've said this from the beginning, I just don't see them letting Trump back in. Them being the behind the scenes power brokers. So that's the first thing that I don't think will happen. Second, if he makes it to the election, because I think they're going to assassinate him, uh, I don't think he'll be allowed to win. And then if he makes it to the election and he gets God's will, he wins. Then you have until the end of his last term, or until they release another bug, or until they assassinate him after he's in office, to get whatever it is that you want to get done. So the best case scenario is yes to all three. He makes it to the election, he wins, and then he doesn't get assassinated. Uh, I enjoyed him beating up on President Biden's performance, because his performance actually sucks. I'm glad he talked about Biden and his relationship with minorities and all of the illegal aliens that have come in the country taking jobs. So I am still getting over something. My wife caught it and is basically over it. Maybe I need to exercise my lungs to see if I can blow it out, but we'll see what happens. Uh, so my hope, I don't have a lot of faith in it right now, but my hope is that we wind up with Trump as president. Now, I still don't think it'll happen, but I'm really hoping that it does. I am making appropriate decisions right now. I hope to have the back porch structurally complete. Maybe by next weekend. I have one more door I have to frame in, or get Juan to frame in, and then once that's done, then paint, basically, cleaning up some stuff. I want to build a table in the middle. I haven't talked about that yet, but I want to do that, and then basically get some shit that's back there out of there, and then rearrange some stuff, and then paint the bottom, and then it'll be done. That's singularly important. In Texas, they're talking 12 to 16% chance of blackouts this summer. So if you're in Texas and you're not planning on trying to figure out what the fuck to do if you lose power, then you need to be, all right? My mechanic buddy that I speak to at least once or twice a week, he bought a generator, a propane generator. Wasn't ever used. There wasn't no oil in it, so he had to put oil in it. He cranked it up and he tested it, and you know. So, and he is not a non-believer, but he's not deep into prepping. Down here in Texas, we got cartel issues. We got illegal alien issues. They recently said dengue outbreak here in the U.S. I'm assuming Texas is a part of that. We have Zika for women that makes them have deformed babies, and then they have West Nile virus and a couple others. They have fucking disease soldiers brought back leishmaniasis from sandflies, because sandflies made it from Iraq to the U.S. It's endemic now, so we have a lot of issues with vector-borne diseases. All right. So, if Trump becomes president, then I will press hard on trying to acquire land somewhere north. I would prefer it not to be so far north where I'm looking at, but it's a much less populated area of Texas. And then the other place that I would want it in the hill country in Texas, they're still under severe drought in places. They have never come out of it. in the last 3.5, 4 years. Last year they were on stage 6 and stage 7 watering. Where basically you can't flush the toilet, and then you can't do anything. So pressed on with your prepping. I was trying to listen to Prepper Now saying you're going to need your prep soon, but that guy, between him and Bear Independent, I don't know which one irritates me more. I'm not interested in all the banter and the bullshit. Get the fucking information out. So it's kind of why I stopped watching Gray Man Prepping and Alaska Prepper and their dialogue. It's like, you talk too much. All right, you're nice people, okay, but I'm interested in information. There's literally right now, I'm of the opinion that you have little to no time to get as ready as you're going to be. I was listening to Billy from Frontier Preppers, and he was trying to sound the alarm on the shit that's happening right now and comparing it to things that happened in Cuba. And watch his most recent video. I think it was this morning or yesterday, about 9 minutes. He was talking about, he's changing what he's doing, and he's doubling up on prepping supplies across the board, to the point where he pulled his tank out of his truck so he could have room to load up on shit, because he's seen firsthand. All right. So what I would tell all of you is, you need to listen to people who can talk about shit first person. He's been through socialism and communism. There's a reason he's there in America, and there's a reason he was in Florida, and then he went to Alaska. 2, people like me who are combat vets who lived in austere living environments. I've said before, I had a FOB, forward operating base, fire base, whatever you want to call it, where we had shelter, we had security, we had food, we had water. So all we had to do was concentrate on engaging the enemy. If you were one of those people, for me, I supported those guys. All right, but even living over there for a year, both times, there were scorpions, snakes, and spiders that would kill you. Not counting the bad guys, bullets and mortars and rockets. All right, and IEDs and V-beds. All right, so if you haven't been pushed physically to the point where you can't make it, then you don't know where your breaking point is. For me, it's about 42 hours without sleep. And now I'm older, so it's probably less. All right, and then I got to go down for a little while. Now I'm tough. I can go weeks, maybe a couple months on low sleep, but at some point I got to go down and recharge the batteries. That's the case with everyone. I watch John at Prepper Nation all the time. He looks like he's sick to me, like he's got cancer. He's gone from being, and I don't know if it's on purpose. I know he said he was dieting, but he's lost a lot of weight. So one of the telltale signs of cancer is if you lose a lot of weight. Now, if it's on purpose, that's okay. But if it's not on purpose, then he's starting to get the hollowed eyes, the hollowed cheekbones. He says he's got a problem with sleeping. So that could have been a result of drinking so much fucking coffee. But I mean, I drink easily 8 cups a day. So if he's drinking 20 or 30, that's one problem with sleep. So his sleep study, I've been through one of those. I have sleep apnea with what's called APAP. So I sleep with the machine most nights. So he's going to go through that, and it's going to tell him some stuff. So some people can't turn their brain off. You have to learn how to do that. Literally, my wife hates it because I can sleep through a fucking thunderstorm or a rainstorm. There's only certain things that I will go from dead sleep to wide the fuck awake in half a second, because there's noises that trigger me from when I was in the war zone. Let's hope and pray, and then we need to prep for like the fucking no tomorrow. So I'm working on paying off my wife's bike to free up some money every month. I'll get a pay raise at the end of the year until the government starts writing checks, and then I hope to bank as much money as I can and be prepared to go buy land in the spring. My dad is getting worse. I care for my aging father. He's 88. If he makes it to September 2nd, he'll be 89. Uh, there are signs right now that things are not going to go well for him. I gotta watch him a little closer because it appears that he's losing his appetite, and I don't know why. So, 2 meals, well, last 3 suppers, he's eating very slow. Today I took him out for Mexican, in which he normally eats all 3 enchiladas. He only ate 1.5 today. Maybe it's just a phase, I don't know. Hopefully he'll be okay for a little while longer, but it's painful to watch your father deteriorate. So anyway, prep like there's no tomorrow. Focus on, a place to be, a place to go. If you're going to buy land, make sure it has water sources. I want 2. There was one piece I looked at that satisfies that, but I didn't see the well. So it's supposed to have a well. I didn't see it. If it has a well, then it would be a good place. Problem is, I think it floods. So if it floods, then I tell people in Texas all the time that are not from Texas, if you see a flood gauge that's 5, 6, or 8 feet, the water gets that high at some point. So people look at you like you're crazy, and then when they see it, they're like, holy shit. So if you're like me, you need to have a place further away from a big city. That's the bottom line. I want to go north because I want to get away from the humidity. I want to stay in Texas because it has good benefits. It's also the only state that has its own agriculture, its own cattle industry, and its own petroleum industry, and own deep sea ports. So think very hard about where you're going to move to. I understand that every state has its issues. Information is knowledge and power. Live a little, prep a lot, share the love. Focus on the big 5: shelter, water, food, security, and medical. Chief Prepper out.